welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be making a custom Monster High doll, and this is actually my first Monster High custom, and will be my first custom doll that I actually videoed, and will be putting on this channel, but I guarantee there will definitely be more to come. For this doll, we are going to be using a Venus McFlytrap doll I got at the thrift store. She was not in the best condition. Her face was sort of messed up. It was smeared and chipped in a couple places, so I decided to make her into a custom. And I went into this sort of blind. I hadn't actually watched as many doll customization videos as I have now, and I went into it with very little knowledge on how doll customization works. I did not actually even use Mr. Super Clear in this doll, on this doll, which I really should have. It would have made the process so much easier, and I probably wouldn't have had to restart as many times as I did. Finishing spray I got at Hobby Lobby. It worked fairly well, but it was not by a long shot Mr. Super Clear, and I would highly recommend using MSC and not some knockoff brand, even if MSC can be kind of pricey. I made everything for this doll except the shoes. The shoes I got also at a thrift store, and I just repainted them and glossed them with some gloss. It'll all be in the video. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get on with the video. I used acetone to remove the factory paints. I then used acrylic paint to paint on the larger details, such as the whites of the eye and the lips. I used a toothpick and some black acrylic paint to do the eyebrows. I mixed some green paint to put little dots all over her face, and then diluted it with water and coated the entire body to get a sort of swampish look. And here, quite a bit later, I'm re-looking at the doll. I hadn't touched her in about 5 months, and I decided to paint her entire hand black with acrylic paint. Decided to paint her feet to make them look like socks, and then I took some shoes I got at the thrift store and painted them a solid coat of black with acrylic paint. I carefully removed her hair, snipping close to the roots so that I could recycle the hair for a future reroot. And we're going to sit her in this little chair to chill and take some acrylic yarn. I chose this green swampy color, and we are going to measure it out to be 30 centimeters or 12 inches, and we're going to double that so it'll fold over our hands. And then we're going to tie it to a pencil, and using a pet brush, we are going to go ahead and detangle that. This took about 6 hours, and I watched some SpongeBob while doing it. Then we're going to go ahead and plug in a flat iron. Iron out the brushed wefts, and look what a difference it makes. It looks so soft. We're going to get her head warm and go ahead and remove it. Then using a skinny screwdriver, we're going to go into the neck and scrape all of the excess plugs, and with tweezers pull it all out. Yeah. Then we're going to use the same screwdriver to scrape off the flocking on the side of her head. With acetone, we're going to remove the factory paint off her scalp, which I probably should have done before I even started the face up. And then with a watercolor pencil, we are going to add in more details. going to define her ear with a dark green pencil and give her some contouring with the same colored pencil. And it is a greenish, bluish color that I'm using. And I really liked how it contrasted with the green. And yeah, then we're going to add some irises around the pupil because we just had a pupil with light shines before. I'm now going to use a hot pink pencil to add a little bit of highlights to the lips, and a pale green to add just a little dimension to like the forehead, above the brow, and then white to highlight the brow bone. Bridge of the nose, and add some pink dots in the inner corners of the eyes. I then sprayed her with finishing spray and left her to dry. Now we're going to take the shoes, put them on the end of a highlighter so they're easier to hold, and using some white we are going to paint in some details. And I've made a lot of wefts now. Not quite wefts, but they are soon to be wefts. And some of them are shorter. And this is all the fluff that we got off of combing those. So we're going to take this and we're going to shove it in our handy dandy recycling bin. And we can always use this for stuffed animal fluff or pillow fluff later on. We're going to take a plastic surface, doesn't really matter what it is. We need some Elmer's school glue and a paintbrush. Now we are going to carefully cut the yarn from the pencil. Add a line of school glue onto the plastic that is about twice the width of the yarn. And using a paintbrush we are going to paste it down. Make sure the ends get nice and saturated. And here they go. Now they need to dry. Now we have our head, and this is a step that wasn't really necessary. I'm not sure why I did it, but I did. I painted the scalp this green color. This is something I normally do when I'm doing reroots. And I guess I didn't really think of the fact that if I'm using wefts, you're not going to see the scalp anyways. So it wasn't really important, but I did it. Then we're going to take the shoes with all their white details done. And we're going to go back over those in a fourth layer to fill in the parts that were actually supposed to be black and got smudged up. I like to use a mechanical pencil to do small details such as these tiny dots on the sides of the shoe. It works really nicely and you have a nice grip, unlike as if you were using a needle. I then put a little tiny bit on my finger and then used it to give it a aged look on the sole, like they're dirty almost. can see the before and after of details. Now we're going to take some black cotton fabric, and we're going to lay it out and then sketch around the body. Pin it. And cut it. Yeah, that looks like it should work. We're then going to sketch out some shorts with white chalk again on the same fabric, and make sure we leave a nice seam allowance on the edges and top of the shorts. We're going to fold over the fabric. And pin it in place. It's time for scissors. There we go. Now we're going to sew. This is the top, which was basically just a tube that I fit for her body, and then I'm adding some layers of stitching just for aesthetic reasons. The back doesn't look great, but it's going to be covered up by the jacket, so. And there's the jacket all stitched up. These clothes are not removable. I mean, they sort of are, but they are really, really, really hard to put back on if we want to do that. And the shorts, and that's the whole outfit done. It's now been 24 hours, and the hair can be pulled up off the plastic. We're going to trim off the excess dried glue. And yeah, those are our wefts. I'm sort of just looking at what I think this is going to look like on her head. I had never actually made yarn wefts to go directly onto a head before. I'd made a wig before, but never just straight on the head. And we put her head in a plastic bag, boiled it, and popped it back out. Now it's soft, and we can reattach it to the body. Now, I'm going to use super glue. Some people use hot glue, but I am almost out of hot glue and I was too lazy to go get more. So I went ahead and used super glue, which is not forgiving at all, so you have to be very careful with your placement. And it got on my fingers and it was annoying. I like to go around the edge of the head and then sort of fill it in the rest. Like so. And then comb it with a doll comb. Do not use a person brush or a pet brush. I last minute decided to add some exaggerated messy white stitching to the sides of the shorts. I did this while she was wearing them because the shorts were extremely hard to put on to her because they were very tight. So yeah. I actually really like this stitching, and I think it's really pretty. Yeah, there's the stitching on both sides. Her hair is so soft, guys, like, really, so soft. And there she is. She's done. Wait. Almost forgot. I used some clear nail polish to gloss up her eyes. Some people use resin. That's probably the better option, but since I don't really handle my dolls much after they're being done, it's not a big deal. I also used it to gloss her lips. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell. And as always, give me more ideas for more videos. Bye!